In Pokemon Go, your phone is quite literally the most important thing. I can't show you mine because I'm recording with it right now, but without it, the game is not playable. So you want to make sure you get a good phone for this game. In this video, I will cover the best phones, iPhone and Android, budget, mid-range, high-end, to ensure you have the best gameplay experience, however much you want to spend, and whether you prefer iOS or Android. So let's get into it. Starting with our budget Android, starting at $135, we have the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. That's definitely the way to go for our budget Android. Our most important specs here for Pokemon Go are going to be battery size, storage size, chip, and RAM, all of which this phone covers very well. The battery is 5,000 milliamp hours with an AMOLED screen to ensure battery efficiency and 5G capability, so that you can choose between internet speed with 5G or battery life with 4G. The chip score is 2090 on Geekbench V5 or 2042 on Geekbench version 6, so it has good performance. And the RAM and storage vary, going from 128 to 256 gigabytes of storage, and RAM going from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes, depending on the model you choose. I'll leave links to all the different models for it in the description. For our budget iPhone, the iPhone 13 is great. At around $300, this is the least you can spend on an iPhone without a poor experience. But as we know, iPhones can get expensive. Our Geekbench 5.1 score is 4645, and our battery is 3240 milliamp hours. Which honestly, that sounds pretty low compared to the last phone, but iOS is way more power efficient than Android usually, so it should get good battery life for most people, especially for Pokemon Go. The only real thing to keep in mind is that you can't get a brand new iPhone 13. You'll have to get a used one or a refurbished one, so the battery might not be as good. But I'll leave a link to a refurbished iPhone 13 in the description. Time for our mid-range phones, starting with our Android, which is the Google Pixel 9a, coming in at around $500. This phone has Google's latest Tensor G4 chip, with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage for the base model, but you can get up to 256 gigabytes if you upgrade. Our battery here is pretty large, actually larger than their flagship model, at 5100 milliamp hours. For Pokemon Go, this phone should have no trouble running the game. Our mid-ranged iPhone isn't the iPhone 16e as many were expecting, but it's the iPhone 15. If you want a brand new one, you can get it off of the Apple website for $700, but the renewed ones will run you around $500 on Amazon. You can get this actually for lower than the iPhone 16e, but it has way more features for that lower price. As always, a older flagship is always better than a new mid-ranged, most of the time at least. Of course, it's still last year's iPhone, but it still packs a punch. It's not much to say, it's just simply the best mid-range iPhone. The moment we've all been waiting for are high-end phones. Our Android spot has a clear winner of the Samsung's S25 Ultra. I was honestly debating about putting the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL at the top, but the performance and battery scores of Samsung's S25 Ultra is simply better. The battery is efficient, it has insane performance, large enough storage to hold everything you need. Honestly, it's just the obvious choice. There are other gaming phones, but I chose not to feature those because if you're buying a phone, you need not just to play Pokemon Go, but for all your day-to-day tasks. So I only really looked at ones that were good for day-to-day tasks and gaming. For a high-end iPhone, which should be surprising to no one, it's the iPhone 16 Pro or even the 16 Pro Max if you want. Its battery, chip, storage, it's all the best out of any iPhone you can get right now. Everyone knows that the latest Pro Max iPhone is the best iPhone.
Because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made. It is the most beautiful product we have ever made.
The best iPhones we've ever done.
Overall, I can't tell you which phone to get because everyone's budget is different, everyone's needs is different. I hope I gave you some sort of insight about the phone you should get for Pokemon Go. If you have any questions, things to know, or other top contenders, leave them in the comments below. And with that, peace out and God bless.